What does it mean to fight in the name of the Mother? Episode 5 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms wasn't just a battle episode, it was a reckoning. A reckoning for Dunk, for Egg, and for the very idea of knighthood. We open on 7 figures, small against the wide earth, like pieces on a game board. The realm, what? Maybe even the gods. And at the center stands a hedge knight with borrowed armor and no inheritance to shield him from what's coming. This isn't a spectacle. This is a trial of 7, where honor clashes with honor and blood answers blood. Prince Baelor Targaryen understands the weight of this moment. It transforms this fight from a matter of one man's guilt into something much, much larger. Across the field, Prince Aerion Targaryen waits. He is certain he is fire made flesh, proud and cruel, convinced that dominance is the same as strength. The difference between the two sides is clear. Aerion fights to prove he is superior. When the charge begins, the battlefield erupts in thunder and steel, but Dunk hesitates, just for a fraction of a second. In that heartbeat lives every doubt, every fear, and the sheer terror of being exposed. He was never truly knighted. He is a boy from Flea Bottom wearing someone else's dream, trying to live up to vows he never formally swore. Then instinct takes over. Lances splinter, shields burst, and the sound of armored bodies slamming into each other is suffocating, not glorious. There's nothing elegant about this. It is mud and weight and breath, trapped inside steel. Aerion's strike shatters Dunk's shield, the one painted with his sigil, the symbol of the knight he so desperately hopes to be. A morning star swings through the chaos, and everything goes dark. The darkness gives way to memory. We're in King's Landing, after the Blackfire Rebellion. The city is still choking on smoke and rot. A younger Dunk scavenges horseshoes from corpses just to survive another day. The red towers of the keep rise in the distance, symbols of a power that has no concern for boys like him. Convinced the world runs on one simple rule: hurt someone before they hurt you. To her, mercy is a weakness, and revenge is survival. But Dunk has always been different. When a dying soldier calls out for his mother, something in him responds not with calculation, but with empathy. He doesn't know the proper burial rites or the language of knights. Even then, he could see the frightened child beneath the armor. That capacity for compassion separates him long before he ever picks up a sword in a formal trial. Violence in Flea Bottom arrives the way it always does, wearing authority like a mask. It's desperate and animal. He bites and claws because that is all he knows. The moment could have spiraled, but a drunken hedge knight intervenes. He invokes the Mother as he orders the violence to stop. That night, Sir Arlan of Penetry is flawed and imperfect. Yet he stands between the powerful and the powerless, because that is what a knight is meant to do. In that instant, Dunk sees what knighthood could be. Not glory, not pageantry, but protection. Sir Arlan tells him to get up, and those simple words echo across the years. Knighthood isn't about titles granted in a ceremony. It's about standing when someone weaker cannot. That lesson follows Dunk back to the battlefield, as consciousness returns through mud and noise, placing himself in harm's way for the sake of justice. Dunk races again, not because he is fearless, but because he understands what it means to stand. The fight with Aerion becomes brutal and intimate, stripped of any illusion of grandeur. Aerion swings with fury, each strike driven by pride and entitlement. The battle turns into grappling in the mud, slipping and crashing into the earth like animals, not princes and knights. When Dunk loses his helmet and fights half-blind, he relies not on courtly training, but on instincts learned in alleys and backstreets, slowly, through stubborn resilience rather than superior skill. He overwhelms Aerion. He tears at the dragon crests on the prince's helm and batters them away, not in triumph, but in grim determination. Eventually, the dragon yields. It's not a glorious victory. It is survival, carved out of chaos. But survival carries a cost. Elsewhere on the field, Prince Baelor falls. The realm's best hope dies, not pursuing ambition, but defending a hedge knight who had no name worth protecting. What should feel like triumph turns hollow. Eggs cries not one of victory, but of grief, because he understands that something precious has been lost. Mercy spared Aerion's life, but it could not spare Baelor's. Dunk kneels beside the fallen prince and whispers an apology that carries the weight of every choice made that day. The mother commands knights to protect the innocent, and both Baelor and Dunk tried to live by that command. But protection does not guarantee survival, and mercy does not shield anyone from consequence. The trial proves that in this world, righteousness is not rewarded with clean endings. By the time the dust settles, everything has shifted. Egg witnesses firsthand the cost of vengeance and the cost of restraint. Dunk learns that doing the right thing may demand a sacrifice he never anticipated. The realm loses a prince who might have reshaped its future, and all that remains is the uncomfortable truth that honor is fragile when tested against power. As the camera rises once more above the field, the seven figure seems small again against the vastness of the world. Whether the gods watched or not almost no longer matter. Bill in a realm built on memory and grievance. That choice may be the rarest form of strength there is. Thanks for watching.